15 Mounjaro protein ideas on my 80-pound Mounjaro weight loss journey. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I have lost over 80 pounds on Mounjaro weight loss in the last 14 months. I'm currently on Mounjaro 15 milligrams, and this is part 4 of my Mounjaro protein ideas to help you. Excuse me, I've got 15 of them today to help you. And for me, what I focus in on day 5, 6, and 7 of my Mounjaro weight loss journey is I'm focusing in on 100 to 120 grams of protein per day. And that's just for day 5, 6, and 7. Usually day 1 through 4, I do not have that much appetite, particularly day 1 and day 2, that is different. And I just focus in on protein and nutrient dense foods on those days. But for day 5, 6, and 7, these are what's amazing for me. Now I have 15 tips for you today. Number 1 is gonna be chicken. Now, I love a good chicken wrap, but here's where it gets exciting. It's not your standard chicken wrap. You guys know I had been in my soup era, the Countess of Shopping soup era. I'm in my pickle era. What I've been doing is I have been pickling things, Peter Piper picked a pepper, pickled peppers with my chicken wraps. So I'll get some chicken tendies. You can get them from a grocery store where they don't have that much breading on them. I'll put them in my air fryer, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and I'll put some pickled cabbage on there or some pickled cucumbers. Today we're going to make pickled onions and pickled carrots. I'll link on countessofshopping.com my recipe, and of course link those down below for you too. But this is so easy to make. Now these are not canned vegetables. I don't know how to do that. I probably would catch my hair on fire. These are, you can put them in, I've seen people say for 2 to 3 weeks in your refrigerator. I have put them in my refrigerator for about a week. And then I add these on top of my wraps. And I'll just use some chopsticks or we'll just scoop them out with a spoon. So then that way the whole thing can just keep staying fermented, and then just leave it in the refrigerator. Again, this is not canned. It's just, I wanted to use a glass jar with those. And I'll have the full recipe that I have been testing on countessofshopping.com. I'm obsessed. It's my new favorite thing. I was in my soup era. We're coming out of that and we're going into our pickling era. It's really good. And it's a good way. I don't know. I just like the vinegary taste, and I like that I can add all these different vegetables in there too. So we'll buy in bulk from one of the big bulk stores, and then have a bunch of the less breaded chicken tendies. And then what I've been doing for Mounjaro protein tip number 1 is I bought let me get it. I bought a 2 to 3 quart air fryer, and it's been awesome. It's been awesome because it's easy to clean. It doesn't take up a ton of space on my countertop. I can wash it really, really simply. And then I can make, obviously I'm eating much smaller portions, and I can just make a small portion in here where it's not taking up all of my kitchen space with a big old air fryer. And so that is one of my favorite new Mounjaro protein ideas. Sometimes I just have to give myself a pat on the back. You give yourself a pat on the back too. Okay, and those recipes will be down in the description link below and on countessofshopping.com. Number 2 is a chicken dip. What you can easily do is go snap a rotisserie chicken from your local grocery store. And I keep talking about chicken. If you don't like chicken, find things you love. That's my big encouragement. Tip number 2, so we're going to talk about chicken dip. But if you don't like chicken, find stuff that really makes you excited to eat. Because for me, my portions are so much smaller on my Mounjaro weight loss. Really focusing in on proteins that make me happy, I'm more inclined to eat, right? And so getting a chicken dip, I'll go get rotisserie chicken. Put a little bit of, you could use cream cheese with it. If you don't want to use cream cheese, Greek yogurt. You can get some high protein, delicious yum yums with that to mix in with that chicken, and a little bit of Tabasco sauce, and then dip it with crudité. You can have it dipped with carrots or celery or cauliflower, or if you want to use it with like a baguette to dip in it too, or you can smear it on top of some bread if you wish, or you can smear it in a wrap. You totally can do that as well. That's number 2. Number 3 was the pickling. You have got to try these pickled vegetables and tell me what you think. Today we're going to be expanding. The Duke and I are very excited about it. We've been testing with the red cabbage, with the cucumbers. I got the Persian cucumbers. And then you can see at the bottom all of my delicious spices. I just give it a little shaky to blend it around. has made a big difference with my protein. You use chopsticks. I use chopsticks because another influencer had talked about it. I'm like, it's a really good idea because then you can just get small bite-sized amounts. It's been my new favorite thing. It's been so exciting here to have that. So that's number 3. Tip number 4 is pick up from the grocery store a salad and then add your own protein on there. So if you want to add on chicken tendies, if you have leftovers, picking up a salad that, I mean, I have an enriched schedule like you probably do, meaning busy. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a still entrepreneur. And so trying to do all of these things can get a little overwhelming at times of like, oh, and I have to eat and my people have to eat too. So this is an awesome way with my salads that are pre-made then to add my own protein on top. So if I have leftover taco meat, that's going to go on top. And typically the day before I'll make leftovers. So we made, for example, grilled steak. It was awesome. I'm going to talk about that later. But then I had my husband make an extra steak. So I'm going to have that as my protein today for my Mounjaro lunch. For my protein ideas, I have that all set up just to dump and go basically for a salad. And it's really, really easy, particularly if the grocery store has made the salad for me. And then I can just throw on there like whatever protein I have leftovers of, or in the freezer and just microwave something, or extra chicken tendies in my 2 to 3 quart air fryer. It's so easy. Tip number 5 is slicing up hard-boiled eggs into really small bits. I have one of those veggie choppers. You guys have probably seen them on my Mounjaro What I Eat in a Day or tirzepatide if you're on tirzepatide or Zepbound weight loss. It is a great way to have extra hard-boiled eggs. They're really easy to make. They're inexpensive protein, and put those on a salad or even put those in a wrap. You can hide them in things, and each egg has around 6 to 7 grams of protein per egg. It's a great way to just like sneak in some extra protein on your wrap. And if you don't want big old chunks of hard-boiled egg, you can make them with those choppers into little fine bits. It's a really, really easy way. For me, I don't sometimes want big chunks of hard-boiled egg. No, sometimes I'm just not in the mood. That's a great way to get that extra high protein in. Tip number 6, like I mentioned earlier, grilling steak last night. The Count, my hot husband, if you don't have a Count at home, you can do this yourself. It's really, really simple to grill proteins. We're getting into grilling season here again soon. I am so excited. We grilled steaks last night. I had the Count make me an extra one for today's meal. You could do that with any protein. You could grill some fish if you wish. You could grill chicken. You could grill, I mean, there's a ton of stuff, pork chops if you wanted to. Like there's a lot of stuff you can put on that grill. Grill up your vegetables too. Get some zucchini or squash and have that. And that way you don't have to clean anything else. I'm always like, what do I have to clean afterward? Like, what's the cleaning dedication I have to have with that? That's number 6. And with steak, I can only have little amounts. For me, having super high fats for my tummy sometimes is not happy with that choice. So I'm like super selective to not have as much steak. I'll just have it like just a smaller portion of it. So that's something I'm mindful of. You do you, but for my Mounjaro gastrointestinal issues, it makes it easier for me just to have a small little bite. Tip number 7 is Atkins desserts. I am obsessed with the Atkins Keto Caramel Almond Clusters. It is one of my favorite desserts. Run to the description link below to go ahead and get yours. I am obsessed with them. They're 100 calories, but look, I already had a bite of one. I already had a bite of one because I am obsessed with them. They're like little turtles. They've got the delicious caramel gooey. It's the perfect portion size. I get so excited because it tastes amazing. It has on there 2 Atkins net carbs to go with it as well. It's really, for me, craves my sweet treat. When I want something sweet that is delicious, but is pre-packaged, you can see I already opened it, already started noshing on mine. They're perfect to go in my pocketbook to go. And then that way I'm not like buying a big old dessert. I'm having the perfect size and amount of them. I will link down below the Countess special code for Atkins to go ahead and snag your Atkins dessert with those. They're really, really good. Tip number 8 is eggs Cocotte, but not my standard eggs Cocotte recipe that we've been talking about before. One of my amazing Countess of Shopping Mounjaro weight loss viewers, or group members, had said, and I will give her the credit down on the description link below because this is truly her brainchild. She took my eggs Cocotte recipe and was like, I don't want to put heavy cream in it, or I don't have heavy cream, one of the two. She blended up cottage cheese instead and milk instead of the heavy cream, and put that in the eggs Cocotte to increase the protein. Now, the eggs Cocotte already has like 30-ish, more than that, depending on how many eggs you use in it. Adding that cottage cheese and milk mixture dramatically increases. She just told me, I'm so excited to try this. And I had to tell you guys, on countessforshopping.com has my eggs Cocotte recipe, which I will be updating. I will link it in the description link below, as is everything I'm talking about today. All the stuff I'm talking about today will be in the description link below here. Snag that. It is so good, so easy, and so much protein in it. Tip number 9 is Chipotle pickup, because you guys know, you guys have asked me, what are your quick pickup options? That's a great one to get. You can get double portions on the bowls. The Count has been trying the Chipotle tofu. He loves it. He said, tell the Counts and Countesses out there, it's really good. It's really an easy way to get protein in. If you want a vegetarian option, he loved it. I had a bite of it and it was good. I probably wouldn't, truth be ordering that all the time. I'm still probably going to stick with my Chipotle chicken or the steak that they have. I really like that quite a bit, but it is an awesome option to be able to get if you wanted something vegetarian that is high protein. And the crumbles in it, it was good. It was good. It had really good, it had like the Chipotle seasoning on there, so it wasn't just straight up tofu. Tip number 10. This is why you need to join the Countess of Shopping Mounjaro free weight loss group, and Zepbound weight loss folks, tirzepatide weight loss folks, WEGOVY weight loss folks, semaglutide weight loss folks, is the shrimp wrapped in a spring roll. It's the Thai spring rolls, about this big. You can get them at your grocery store. They're not wonton wrappers, they're spring roll wrappers. So they're more of the see-through papers, like rice paper on there. And you can put your protein, stuff them in there, maybe some delicious grilled shrimp, some avocado, some julienne style carrots, maybe dip it in a homemade peanut sauce. Or if you have leftovers of things, lettuce in there, or your pickled vegetables you can add in there. It's so good. The group member, and it was a Count who recommended this. So thank you, by the way, to the gentleman who I'm forgetting who to give credit to for that one. But thank you. You know who you are, and I really appreciate you. They said and I'm so excited. I just bought my spring roll paper to use for it. You just wet it, and then that will seal the paper together to make like an egg roll or spring roll out of it. Very excited, particularly with warmer days coming, to grill out more seafood and shrimp and things like that. And that's going to be going into my spring rolls. If you don't like shrimp, if you don't like fish, do something else. Do chicken in there, or pork, or beef, or tofu, or whatever makes you excited. That is an awesome option with those papers on there. And those spring roll wrap papers are not high in calories. They're really, really not. They're not high in calories. Tip number 11 is while I was on the Atkins website, I bought their protein shakes. I'm so excited. My favorite is the Chipotle barbecue. They're absolutely delicious. A whopping 13 grams of protein per bag. For me, I want a little crunch sometimes. They do have ranch, which I also bought, and then their nacho cheese from their website. It is so good. It is so good. The link is down in the description. What was the next one? Number 12. They do also have protein cookies. I had one yesterday. Those are also equally as amazing. They're the perfect pack to put in my pocketbook. I was out at one of the Duke's sporting practices. Easy to have while I got hungry, and I was like, I'm gonna have my Atkins protein cookie. It was so good. Tip number 13, rotisserie chicken wraps. Now what you could do is go to the grocery store, get some rotisserie chicken, and use those spring rolls to make wraps with them, or just a regular old tortilla wrap. See, that was the Duke coming up to get his rotisserie chicken wrap I was just speaking about. Tip number 14 is tuna sliced with, you can put in there your pickles, your pickled vegetables. Now today, when we add in the pickled onions and pickled carrots, we'll have so many choices for my little toppings on top of my proteins and my wraps or my spring rolls, or just in general, if I don't even want to have them like wrapped in anything, using tuna with that. Tip number 14 for your Mounjaro protein ideas is grilled chicken. Grilled shrimp. You can make leftover grilled shrimp to put into your spring rolls. Yep. Number 15 is turkey soup or chicken noodle soup. I have a ton in my freezer. I got turkey on like super sale. Made turkey broth out of it, and then added vegetables into it, and then some of the chopped up turkey. You could do that with a rotisserie chicken. Having soup on hand It's a very easy, in the freezer, very easy way for me to focus in on protein, but not having to cook a ton. I can do it once and then just keep in the freezer a bunch of leftovers with that. And your bonus one today, because we're in bonus territory, is chili. You could do the same thing, make some chili and then put it in your freezer for some leftovers on a busy night when you're like, oh my gosh, it's just so busy or enriched. It's a great way to go ahead and do that. Now, I want to make sure you click that like and subscribe button so you don't miss a thing here at Countess of Shopping. To get everything I mentioned today in the description link to get those recipes. And if you want to get any of the products I'd recommended, those are listed down below, including the Atkins one. Number 3, I want to make sure we do a little thing here at Countess of Shopping where there's an emoji. Put down today's emoji so I know that you've made it this far in the video is going to be a cookie. Today's emoji is a cookie. Put that in the description link below. I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thoughts. But most importantly, it helps me to get to know you better. Seeing your name over and over again in the Countess of Shopping comments helps me recognize our community. And I love that because I want to have a connection with you because I truly do care. And tip number 4, get my Mounjaro weight loss success checklist listed in the description link below and on countessofshopping.com to help you on your Mounjaro weight loss journey or your Zepbound weight loss journey. My sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. I look forward to seeing you next time. See you soon, friends.